So, the BBC today, first is this was what the light of the Buddha hall looks like. And it's really beautiful. So, I went in with two of other venerables, and they were discussing about the paint, the electrical panels, and yeah, all other things. And I was just fascinated by the light. So I was just standing there and just admiring it and just making explorations. It's so beautiful. And then, like this light, something just light up in my head, like ding. So the poem goes like this. This beautiful light, I really super like. It makes my mind bright and makes my heart light. May the light brighten the sentient being's path. So that was what came to my mind when I was looking at this, and I was just staring at it. It's just so beautiful. So since it's about the light and something that's so bright, so thought I would give a BBC on something that's very bright for the mind, which is rejoicing. So first, I will rejoice in all your rejoicing. So that's the fastest way to earn merit. And then the second one is that I also rejoice in the school that just came. I find that the kind heart, the virtuous roots that they have to be able to meet the Dharma now is really precious and it's very rare. I was thinking about it like, what was I doing at that age? It's like, And for them to be able to come to the monastery in the West and in this area that hasn't been established is like so precious. So I really rejoice in that. And I was brought up in this area that we always respect the elders. So when I see them, it's like I really have so much respect for them. It's like, oh, they could be a potential that might be the one who lead me to Buddhahood in future. It's like, wow, it's so hopeful and full of joy. I was just rejoicing the whole period of time here. So the next thing that I want to share is like our 5 ex-shikshamanas who are now bhikshunis. That's something that really brightens me. And I just rejoice in that heart, that the heart that wants to practice, to wants to walk on this virtuous path, to wants to build a Sangha community in the West here. And then they also take this bhikshuni ordination, wanting to spread Dharma here, and also to continue the Abbey's motto, which is to create peace in this chaotic world. So when I see that they actually took the bhikshuni ordination, I was like, wow, just rejoicing in all this that they have been through, especially those who have waited so long during the COVID period. It's like, wow, I was just rejoicing in it. And also, we had this very good conversation, Dharma conversation, during one of the breakfast session. And Venerable Khajo actually mentioned that the bhikshuni lineage of this Dhamma Guptaka Vinaya is the only one that hasn't been broken since the Buddha's time. And how precious is it that we actually have it here now? So it's like, wow, double rejoice, triple rejoice. So so I was also really touched when I saw that, all of them really got the bhikshuni ordination. And once again, rejoice in that. And then the next thing that I want to rejoice also is Katina. So during Katina, we have seen so much offerings from our lay friends. The generosity, the kind heart, whether they give in monetary or they give in kind, they give their time here to do offering service. It's like, wow, they are doing this for us so that we can benefit many people out there. So it's like, wow, this kind heart is really worth rejoicing. And also we appreciate their effort, like their support, and we actually repay their kindness by giving them the Dharma unconditionally. And then we give them compassion, hope, joy. And we, of course, we give them practice and we support their practice. So there's something to rejoice in as well. So the last thing that I want to really rejoice in, and that's also really very precious, is this retreat on the 4 truths and refuge. And how precious is it to have this time to really go deep into our practice of refuge, and knowing that this is dukkha, and we have a way to get out of this cyclic existence. So I also want to rejoice in those other than here practicing, those who are practicing from afar, retreat from afar. I think we also Venerable Ngawang sent an email out about all their practices, that what they have gained throughout this retreat, and it's really inspiring. The commitments for them to be here, to be there, and working outside and still continuing their practice is really remarkable. So I really rejoice in their heart and their effort to continue that practice wherever they are. So I read something in Geshe Zopa, Step on the Path to Enlightenment, and he says that Dharma is our real refuge. It helps us get rid of our afflictions directly, and indirectly it brings us to realization. So this is something worth rejoicing as well as we are doing these practices. So in Venerable Seppel's teachings on Thursday, we've seen that impermanence of our own suffering, we can see how it leads to the causes of suffering. And we can antidote this suffering using Dharma. And Dharma is our real refuge. So when we use it, we can actually eliminate all these afflictions. So as we continue to practice, we can become a Sangha Jiro. And after many eons, we can finally become the Buddha Jiro. And this gives us hope, and it's something also worth rejoicing. How many people in the world are actually doing that now? So we talk about the past, the present, and the future. So I rejoice in those who have come on the path previously and still continuing, those who are here practicing the path and still working on it, and those who will be coming here, hopefully the younger ones, and continue on the path. So may we continue the path until become the Buddha Joe so that we can benefit all sentient beings.